One of the questions I think we tend to hear, sort of in a rather cynical manner, is that payers, in some respects, don't really want to improve the timelines because that means they're going to have to make faster decisions. We know that the cost of many of these new therapies have increased quite substantially over the last few years. So it could almost be a little bit of a strategy for the payers to sort of slow things down a little bit so that the fiscal hit doesn't actually quite hit them this fiscal year and they can plan for it maybe a little bit next year. Can you maybe comment a little bit on that statement and reflect a little bit on what you've heard across the panel so far?
Sure. So I think it would be disingenuous for me to not acknowledge that we know time is money. And we certainly understand that the choices we're making do have fiscal implications both for us as well as for our partners in the industry and implications for the care that patients are getting. So while I would reject the notion that we explicitly delay things or introduce delays for the purposes of managing budgets, we do know that there is money on the table and that those choices that we're making have implications for a lot of different players in the room. So I think, it can't just be about time, though. It can't just be about how fast we make those decisions. I think it's important that we think about what the high-performing drug programs around the world, high-performing systems are looking at beyond just time. Time is an element, and the faster we do things, that's important. But we have to be making good decisions, and we have to be making sure we're considering all of the metrics around those choices. So I would rather take some more time to make sure we make the right choices for the most people to benefit based on our constraints that we have to work within. Just like time is money, we only have so much time in terms of the resources we have. We only have so many dollars publicly to spend, and there are opportunity costs if we spend those in the way that we don't get the greatest return. So yes, we know, but I don't think it's an explicit strategy that any payer wants to take. We start from a place of we want to make sure we are making those innovations, those products available where there is evidence to support that that's an improvement for our health systems overall and for patients.